The head will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Saquon Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
From the gun, Nickerson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Nickerson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh.
And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Giants 7, Panthers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score is nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. They'll run with Barkley, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. At the 23, it's second and 12.
23-yard line.
This is Barkley.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. A first down carry for Barkley, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nickerson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards gain on the play.
17-0 our score after 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Nickerson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And out. It's 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
8-yard line.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
6-yard line.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the run, it's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
16-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Nickerson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 43. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Barkley. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 15-yard line.
Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Giants 31, Panthers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of their way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Panthers.
From the gun, Nickerson. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, Nickerson. Flush to his right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. As we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's fielded at the 34. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38. Panthers nothing. Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On first down, Nickerson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Marcus Williams on the coverage.
Off the play fake, Nickerson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 yards there on what will be the final play of this first half.
That's the end.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To throw on second down, Nickerson gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Back to the air on second down. Nickerson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Operating from the gun, Nickerson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, You've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll run on first down. Clinton. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They'll keep it on the ground. Gold, and flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. They'll keep it on the ground. Gold. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, Clinton. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nickerson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You can't just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
3 yards.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And this offense is running away with this one.
The week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Panthers.
Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Nickerson. Throw left side complete. It's Moore. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback, just point to the sideline and say, everybody back. I've got this call.
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Nickerson. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 18-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check 43.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And taken at the 46. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Nickerson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
On first down, Gold. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
He was taken
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
and 8.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back from the 22. Here's 2nd and 8. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Clinton. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
3rd and 4.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Results.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Fielded at the 33. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
For DJ Moore.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Mike's 50. Hey, let's get this,
Throwing again. Nickerson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
54.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Today's final score, Giants.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.